Devon explained the reason behind his vicious and controversial trash talks during his recent super matches, which we have been seeing lately. But before we discuss that, let's talk about the King of the Table 13 upcoming card, which is being considered as the best King of the Table ever. $20, 10 super matches, good value for money proposition. We've already talked a lot about the Jerry versus Levan match for the #1 arm wrestler in the world, and I'm quite sure we're going to talk about that in the future as well. Then the same goes for Brian Shaw versus Eddie Hall. I just hope that this match is a close one. I don't care who wins. Gabriela Vasconcelos versus Barbora. Now that's the match which really needed to happen. It should have already happened 6 months ago or maybe a year ago, because this is going to be the last opportunity for Gabriela to become the #1 female arm wrestler in the world. If she cannot beat Barbora now, then she better hope that Barbora retires for some reason. Otherwise, she's never going to be the #1 arm wrestler ever again, and that's going to hurt a lot. Sandris Shedis versus Rustam Babayev. I think Sandris's top roll is not going to work against Rustam, but he may be strong enough to beat him in a hook as well. I'm not sure if there is any weight cap for this match, but there should definitely be, at most at 105 kilos. And I'm really happy that John Brezink has been replaced by Sandris. I'm not sure who suggested this John versus Rustam match to KOTT Sports. That guy should be fired immediately, because that wouldn't have been close. The days of John beating Rustam are far gone. Maybe more than a decade ago, John could have done something against Rustam, but not in the last 10 years. Then Dave Chaffee versus Gabor Bota Dukat. This match has been announced out of nowhere. Gabor is an absolute stud. He competes in the youth division. This year in the WAF, he dominated the left arm youth competition, super heavyweight obviously, and he dominated the right arm competition too. After that, he jumped into the seniors while being less than 23 years old, and he dominated everyone there as well. So he became the senior champion. I'm not sure why he didn't compete on the left arm, because his left is solid too. But still, to win 3 super heavyweight WAF titles in a matter of a week, that's just absolutely amazing. But is he stepping up to a level which he has not seen yet? Is Dave Chaffee going to be too much? Then Lachlan Adair versus Lars Rohrbachen. I think Lachlan is the favorite. Matt Mask should be able to beat Marcio Barboza easier than what he did in 2018. Corey West versus Tobias could be close. Tobias should be the favorite. Paul Lynn versus Krasi can go either way. And then finally Kevin Palko versus Joseph. I hope this match is a close one too. And now let's talk about Devon Larratt. Devon explained on the recent podcast with Aussie arm wrestler the reason why his trash talk has become so much more vicious and kind of bullying or embarrassing towards his opponents. He wants to do that intentionally. He wants them to suffer when they face Devon. And the reason behind that goes way back. Devon said that for many years, the European guys in particular, they were so much disrespectful towards him. And he's not just talking about the European arm wrestling fans. He was talking about the elite level arm wrestlers in particular. And if you've been following arm wrestling for more than 3 years, you know that Devon is telling the truth. Be it Igor Mazurenko or some other arm wrestlers, I don't want to take the names here, but almost all of those guys used to disrespect Devon so much. Maybe not Denis Siplenkov, but all of that did start around the Denis Siplenkov match.
This is a question for Devon Larratt. You now held the hand of Denis Siplenkov. Do you have a desire now to go back home today?
But I think there was something like that before that as well, even in 2016 or 17. I remember at that time, for whatever reason, maybe Devon thought that he's not strong enough to challenge those guys. He just kind of accepted that. He said, yes, Vitaly is too strong, he will destroy me. Yes, Levan is too strong, he will destroy me. And he lost to Denis Siplenkov around that time. But right now, he is in a shape where he can challenge anyone. Maybe not Levan for the 3rd time, but other than him, anyone. I want to hurt them on the table. I really want to dominate them. They are being slimy. The hammer incident really pissed me off. I don't want to show mercy or be like a nice guy to them. I want to be the guy that hurts them. And this, as I already explained, started when Devon felt the disrespect towards Devon's arm wrestling style, towards Devon's arm wrestling abilities, and most importantly towards Devon's arm wrestling strength, the level at which he was. Devon just didn't like that disrespect, and now he's out there to hurt everyone. Even if you didn't say anything against Devon, but just you are an European arm wrestler, Devon is going to hurt you on the table. That's the mission that he is on. For example, Vitaly may not have said anything bad about Devon, but if that match happens, he's going to give him the same treatment as others, if he can, obviously, because Vitaly is also pretty strong himself. And I'm saying that because Devon himself said it. He said that once he faces more Europeans in the future, then the Oleg Petrenko trash talk is going to look like it was nothing. It was the sweetest moment that you have ever watched. And I'll say that maybe this technique is working, because the trash talks and the disrespectful comments towards at least Devon's arm wrestling abilities are going down. Maybe not so much about his behavior on the table. Those trash talks and disrespects are increasing now. So I guess Devon is always going to stay in this balance where somebody respects him for something and maybe the same guy disrespects him for something else. It could be about his level of arm wrestling, and now it could be about the way he behaves on the table. Thanks for watching. Like the video and subscribe.